Hi everyone. So we are going to do a little bit of learning about writing a formal email. Okay. So the first part of this is just the essentials for letter writing. So you're going to be writing a formal email, and um, it's not unlike writing a normal letter. There are just a few different formatting things you have to pay attention to. But the objective for this little instructional video is to have you be able to identify fundamental elements of a letter, whether it's written or typed as an email. The purpose of any letter is to inform someone about something, to pass on information to him or her, and letters can give you the opportunity to speak from the heart. And a well written letter can actually alter the course of history or change the world. That's pretty strong, but it's true. The type of letter you're going to write completely depends on the occasion and your audience. You write formal letters to business colleagues, but write informal or friendly letters to friends or family members. Just be sure not to get those two things confused. So there are some general letter writing elements you'll need to know. So these formal email elements you'll need to know. You'll need a heading. So in a formal email, the heading consists of in this case, the email address that you're sending it to, and the address of the recipient in there as well. So that's really what you're doing. You have to put the email address of the recipient. The date is embedded in the email, so you don't have to worry about that. So we're going to skip down to greeting or salutation. So the greeting or salutation, as it's formally called, salutation is a fancy word for greeting, is the part of the letter where you say hello. Later, we'll discuss, some differences between formal and informal greetings. Then you've got the introduction. The introduction is the opening or the first paragraph of your email. It begins the email by setting the tone for the rest of the letter. It introduces you, the topic, why you're writing, etc. The thesis statement explains to the person you're writing why you're writing the letter. The the body is the main part of the letter, and that's made up of one or more paragraphs. In the case of the email you're going to write, it's going to be about one paragraph, although it can be more if you want. Here, the reason for writing the letter is explained in detail. So you make your request, examples are given, pros and cons of situations are described. It just depends on who you're writing to and why you're writing. A good letter body always contains 3 points. So you can think of it as that paragraph doing 3 things, if that helps you organize your thoughts a little more, or your understanding of the body. The conclusion of the email is wrapping things up. It's a summary of the points given in the letter, and this is where you finish the letter. You thank someone for their time, wish them well, or invite them to respond to your letter in order to keep the conversation going. The closing, also known as the ending or the signature or signing off or goodbye, it's a word or a phrase used to end the letter. Your parting words can be as brief or as extensive as you wish. So the main thing you're going to want to do when you see the assignment tomorrow is make sure you understand the prompt, identify the main purpose and letter type, why are you writing the letter, and the prompt will tell you why you're writing the letter. Is it to tell someone about a vacation you had? Not in the case of the assignment you're going to do, but it's to request information about something. Then you'll want to plan your letter. This is especially important when writing formal letters. I suggest using a graphic organizer, which I'm going to provide for you. And this will help you organize your thoughts and make sure you have all the parts you need. Have an opening with a thesis statement, why you're writing, a middle part, the body, with at least not three paragraphs, but three main points, a conclusion, and a signature, a signing off. And don't forget to type your name. The opening and the closing of the letter are two of the most important parts of a letter. They set the tone for the rest of the letter. Beginning a letter with "to whom it may concern" and ending it with "sincerely" is far different than beginning one with "hi there" and ending with "see ya." A formal letter is any letter written for an official reason, and your prompt tomorrow is going to show you what that official reason is. An informal letter is something you would write to a friend. It can be a little more conversational. A few more things. Include 3 points, so your email will, it's a framework for you and for the reader of the email to follow along with. It helps you to solidify the reason for writing and the main idea for the letter. Okay? You can just make sure you stick to the topic. Be careful not to bury the reader in too many details. The more details you give, the more you risk going off topic. Keep your letter concise and to the point. Watch the letter's length. You don't want to go overboard with it. You want to be concise. Use spell check. Make sure you use spell check and check grammar. In the next activity after you watch this video and take the little quiz, you're going to watch a short video on the rubric I'll be using to grade you. Please be sure to watch that video. It's just a couple of minutes and explains a tip for how to make sure you do the best you can on the assignment. And finally, tomorrow you are going to be able to, if you choose, use a graphic organizer to help you draft your ideas. This is a perfect graphic organizer for this particular assignment. Fill in the blanks and you'll have yourself an email in no time. So just to kind of wrap things up, make sure you're clear and precise. Get to the point of your message as quickly as possible without appearing rude. Use short paragraphs, even bullet points, to convey your information. Do not use emojis. And also don't use exclamation marks. Maybe one is okay. So finally, if you can confidently answer yes to these questions, you're well on your way to constructing a great formal email. Have I included the receiver's email address? Is the subject box complete and relevant? Is my salutation formal and applicable? And have I included the correct date? In the case of the email, you don't need to include the date because emails are dated. Is my introduction engaging and does it set the tone for the remainder of the email? Does it include a thesis, why I'm writing? Is the body of my email clear, concise, and uses a paragraph, one or more paragraphs, to separate my concepts and ideas? And does my conclusion reiterate the key points and make a call to action if necessary? And finally, is my sign-off consistent with the tone of the email? So keep these things in mind as we make our way into the assignment that you'll receive tomorrow, and you will do great.